The comeback story of Walt Disney. At his darkest hour, when everything was against him, when he felt like it was the end, he reached into his pocket and found something. It seemed so insignificant, yet it was the one thing that kept him from giving up. Back then, he had no idea that this small object would change not only his fate, but the entire world. But let's start from the beginning. Walt Disney had dreamed of drawing since childhood. But first, he was fired from a newspaper. His editor told him he had no imagination and no good ideas. He decided to start his own studio, but it failed. His business collapsed, his partners betrayed him, and competitors stole the characters he created. Broke, hopeless, and without support, he boarded a train from New York to Los Angeles. In his pocket, he had only $40 and something else. During the journey, he pulled out a small sketch, a mouse with big ears. It was the only thing he had left. Looking at it, he thought, if I have nothing but my imagination, then I can still start over. That little mouse was Mickey Mouse. When he returned, he spent his last money to create a cartoon about a talking mouse. Everyone laughed at the idea, but the cartoon became a hit. A few years later, his studio released Snow White, then built Disneyland. The man who was once called a failure with no imagination became known around the world, and that small drawing in his pocket became the beginning of an empire. This is the story of a man who never gave up. If this inspired you, subscribe to the channel. Motivation will appear in your feed more often, pushing you towards success. You've got this, brother. Keep going. Your comeback story is just beginning.